Man, all right, what's good, peasants? We are back on this Sunday. A lot of sports to talk about, a lot of quality sports to talk about. CEO, say what's up to the peasants.
Yeah. What's good, peasants?
CEO, I don't know. The reason why I'm laughing is because H-Pax Jack decided to put this in the chat. He said, "What's good, everybody? Just got done fucking a Panamanian lady. Shit was fired."
Bruh, you can't even fuck the socks with 3 holes in your drawer, bro. Shut the fuck up. Like there's no fucking way. Nigga talk to spicy.
Master J, what's up, Master J? What's good? France is beating Argentina. I kind of agree with that, to be honest with you. France is probably the best team in the World Cup. BBC Avery Reese says, just watch Canada and South Africa. Pretty boring sport. This shit is not American football. Sorry, RJ. And I responded, Zito, bro, you watch the NFL trash, then you watch the Giants out of all the NFL teams. You don't know anything good, bro. So,
well, listen. Arvell Reese is I don't know who Marcus. Marcus is a American, classic American. So you gotta excuse his ignorance. You know what I'm saying? So
beyond gay. You know what I'm saying? And he's a Giants fan, which demerits him even more. What's up, Jordan? Can't believe Canada beat South Africa to make it to the round 16. Amazing win for Canada. I know CEO is very disappointed with that. Oh man,
well, Canada ain't doing shit, bro. Why? Like, y'all act like Canada's gonna do something. Like, no.
Well, actually, CEO, let's save the best for last. We'll talk about the NBA last. So since we're in the soccer mood, CEO, you know what I'm saying, CEO. All right, yeah. I gave you homework last night, CEO. Do you see what Ronaldo had to carry throughout his whole career, CEO? CEO? I told you in the Discord, this was like LeBron. This is like for Ronaldo, right?
Yeah.
Throughout his whole career, he was like 2018 LeBron. Everybody around him is like 2018. No, it's like James Harden in the playoffs. Now, this is 40-year-old LeBron trying to carry a bunch of James Harden. CEO, the missed passes, the miscommunication, the dribbling out of bounds and trying to fucking pass it in. This is literally one Ronaldo and 10 James Hardens out there. It is beyond. I'm like, CEO, multiple times they're passing. They don't pass the ball, and then when they do pass the ball, they turn the fucking shit over. Holy fuck! How bad do you guys have to be? Do you see what he's had to deal with throughout his whole fucking career, CEO? You see why he's gonna retire with no like FIFA World Cups? This is bad, bro. And you watch France, CEO. You watch Spain. You watch Argentina. Hell, even Norway. Their bench way better than fucking Portugal, bro. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we have to, like, I don't know, like, if it was like this throughout his whole career, then I would agree with you. Like, this is hard to overcome. Now, I don't know the rosters he had throughout his career, right? So I can't comment on that specifically because I don't know if his rosters were good or not. I can't detail it. But assuming it was anywhere like near this level of incompetent, then I could see why a lot of people think he's like one of the best, if that makes sense. So because right now he's clearly not. So now his team looks just incompetent, bro. It looks like it's not nice. There's really not much to say about it. If he's not playing superhero, the whole team is just a bunch of fucking misfits.
CEO, Portugal and Spain are right next to each other, right?
Right.
So Spain obviously gets majority of the talent because they're the bigger name. It's like the Lakers and Clippers. Like, who the fuck wants to go to the Clippers? Everybody goes to the Lakers for the most part.
Right.
CEO, he's from Portugal. His dad, I think, fought for the Portugal army, so that's where he grew up. That's the team. CEO, Ronaldo has beaten Spain on multiple occasions with horrible. CEO, I'm not joking when I say this. This roster is worse than the rosters in his prime. Not joking. Those guys, they're bad, CEO. They are bad. Everybody on that team, with the exception of Ronaldo, has tried out for Spain and got rejected of how bad they are. Even Portuguese players go to Spain because they know where the money, the team think this is how it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not looking good. You know what? I'll say this. I'd rather I like Ronaldo more than that Argentine we're about to talk about.
Really?
Yeah.
You have me on another tab. I'm echoing.
Wait, what happened?
I'm echoing. Do you have me on? All right, it went away. I was just echoing for a little bit.
Oh,
I just want to let you know. Fair warning, Brandon will be on the pod next week. He's supposed to be on today, CEO, but he wasn't feeling well. But CEO, you know Brandon's a huge Messi fan. Just letting you know, bro.
Nah,
so is your own kid.
Well, I mean, yeah, listen. All the fans of that dude, like, listen, we're gonna come with the facts, all right?
Yeah.
We're gonna come to war. I'm the joint team. We're Team Portugal, right? We're gonna come with the facts, and we're gonna railroad Brandon. All right.
Well, listen, I want to sit here and say this. I do like Argentina. I do like Messi. Messi's great. Don't get it twisted. He's amazing. I just give Ronaldo. First of all, Ronaldo's like 6'4", and if you watch, I implore you to go watch his highlights back in his prime. Guy was fucking amazing. He could do everything. So, and then also I give him extra credit. It's like, bro, this guy beats Spain on multiple occasions with this sorry ass Portugal roster. Now, according to Brandon, I guess this Portugal roster was slightly better back in 2022. But I mean, shit, that ain't saying fucking much. Ain't really saying much.
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I'm saying, bro? That's Donnie. Yo, Amape soft. Yo, Donnie, Amape will whoop your ass, bro. I'm sorry. I'm like, Donnie, simple. You're taking a world-class athlete versus a straight-out Joe from the street, bro. Come on, man. Get that delusion out your head, bro. Speaking of Ronaldo, CEO, do you think the hate is unjustified with Ronaldo, CEO?
No, I mean, I can understand a little bit where the hate comes from because he didn't win anything yet, right?
Yeah, no. Well, at least no World Cups now.
Like, yeah, I get it. It's one of those things where it's like you're always going to get hate if you don't win it. Like, that's just a sports thing. I don't think it's specifically for that player. Specifically, for example, hey, just look at any other sport. If you don't win it, bro, even though you're really good, like there's been many players out there that have been just like elite players, but just haven't won it, so they get crapped on. It's like a normal. So, is it? I don't know if you could say is it justified. Well, that depends if you think that you have to win it, absolutely, no matter what. Then I guess, but like if you want to be more nuanced with it, then I think it is unjustified. It's kind of like the Dan Marino conversation, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's kind of like, we know Dan Marino was this phenomenal athlete and phenomenal player, but because he didn't win it, some people shit on him. Even though with Dan Marino, I feel like people give him more respect than your average non-winner. So
yeah.
But I mean, apart from that, he is one of the most influential soccer players in the generation. So you can't deny that.
Well, see, I mean, I don't know. This has to be in a factor. Ronaldo is a cocky fuck. He shows off his cars. He shows off his woman. He does, talk a lot of shit. He kind of has like a Floyd Mayweather-esque, just without the financial problems. Yeah, he kind of has like a Floyd Mayweather, John Jones-esque type about him.
That a lot of people don't like that. I guess Messi's more like humble, right?
Yeah.
Like more humble, less braggadocious.
Yeah.
I get where people are coming from. Like, I guess like Ronaldo comes off as arrogant, whereas Messi comes off as more of a humble figure. So people are like, yeah, I like that better. Well, I mean, it depends because you know what, that arrogance sometimes serves the player. Like I told you, it all comes back to winning. For example, I can guarantee you that Michael Jordan was arrogant as fuck. All right. He was arrogant, right? I mean, was Tom Brady arrogant?
Nah,
not really. Not really.
He was there. He was not off the field. I'll say.
Not off the field.
I mean, Mayweather CEO.
Right. So it's was one of the things like if you win, and like Michael Jordan was arrogant as fuck, but he won. So people
Yeah.
are like, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. He's confident. Like when you're arrogant and you don't win, it looks like, hey, like shut the fuck up. You're not winning shit. Humble yourself. This is all predictable. But listen, do I care that the dude like is I guess showing off his cars, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure what people mean by showing off his cars, like driving his car. Is that
Yeah,
showing it
driving
off?
or he'll take videos of him showing off his cars and like on Instagram, him driving a fucking Ferrari somewhere in Portugal, Miami, whatever, fucking the bad bitches everywhere.
All right, so yeah, I mean that's like I feel like that's like 90% of what men in this generation would do. Like I'm just being honest. Like some people are like more humble about that, but it's like some people also put our persona and pretend to be humble when they're not. And then some people pretend to be like super arrogant when you meet them in real life. They're not really like that.
Yeah.
So, we don't really know these people. So we can't really say the persona. Sometimes they use the persona to sell or something. Like they're not like that. So we don't really know. Some people are fake humble. I'm not saying Messi's fake humble, but he could be. I'm not saying that Ronaldo's real life arrogant. We don't know that. So, in terms of online persona, I think they're both different. But I mean, I get people's preferences, but it doesn't really bother me because, like, if you play basketball, I mean, if you watch NBA basketball, like like fucking at least 70% of the players are arrogant. So you kind of get used to it.
What was I about to say? I mean, I don't think Messi's an arrogant asshole. It does blow my mind that Brandon thinks this guy is like a devout Christian. He never cheated on his wife. If you don't think the guy's in fucking Miami, and which listen, once again, he's a billionaire.
Wait.
He's a billionaire.
Oh,
So,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who said who did and who what?
So me and Brandon were on the phone. We could probably talk about this next week when he's on here. I said, we were just talking about soccer, and yeah. I said, I mean, Messi's out there in Miami. He's playing soccer. He's in the MLS, CEO. So there's not that much comp compared to like other leagues. There's not that much comp in the MLS. No disrespect to those guys. So I said, bro, he's chilling, playing soccer, fucking bitches, and collecting a massive check in Miami. Yeah. He said, whoa, wait. He's a married Christian man. And I said, okay, great. Who gives a fuck?
Yo, you know what? RJ, let's save that conversation for man, because that is like one of the most like naive is the correct word to use here. Yeah. Like that is so fucking naive. But yeah, we'll discuss that if you
disclosing. I probably can speak for CEO as well too. We're not shaming Messi for fucking other bitches.
No,
he's a billionaire. His wife's not going anywhere. When you're one of those men CEO, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
No, we'll talk about that. It's just that I feel like the men that are let's just put it this way. Like men that don't have a lot of options sometimes think that men that have a lot of options can't be tempted. And it's just like we're gonna go into detail when he's on there. Maybe his perspective changed, maybe he woke up. So we'll see. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun conversation to have. Very fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Ronaldo this. At least he's more honest. I mean, shit. I mean, he says I like to fuck bitches. It's really it. CEO. Have you seen what Ronaldo looks like? The guy, like the average soccer player CEO is like 5'9". This guy's 6'4", built like a superhero. I mean, look at the guy. I mean, shit. Even if he wasn't say you saw someone that looked like Ronaldo walking down the street, you tell me women wouldn't look at him? Of course, he's gonna be arrogant. Fuck.
No, it's just like here's the thing, bro. It's like if you know how humans work and if you know how men specifically work, like have you ever seen like the lion the lion, the head of the pride, right? Like
the lion has multiple lionesses.
Yeah, it's like, but no one's out there saying like, oh, that lion is like he's unfaithful, right? Like no, because that's part of his biology, and we're gonna discuss that heavily like when Brandon's here. But it's like, bro, like I'm not even calling that stupid. because I don't think it's a stupid perspective. I think a lot of men have that perspective, but I think it's naive. That's the best way.
That's an American perspective. If you go to Africa, all these dudes have multiple wives. I don't know why that's so fucking like.
Like, listen, there's two options. Either you're a man that really believes in his faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you dedicate your life to your faith and you actually believe what you're reading and you abstain from that. Are there men like that? Yes. But
yeah,
the vast majority of men, that no matter if they're religious, no matter whatever, are not practicing that type of monogamy. Especially, like, yeah, it's easy for men to practice monogamy when their options are nil. Like, if you're a man out here and you got no options, and like you finally got a girlfriend, like you have to treat her like a queen in order for her to stick around because you got no options. Like, yeah, that's different because you have no options. But I guarantee you, if we dropped $1 billion on your lap, a lot of things would change.
Absolutely. Also, I want to sit here and say this, and I'm not applying this to Messi, bro. This is my problem with Christians. Like, Christians are fucking retarded. I don't think Christians read the Old Testament because they'll sit here and talk about David and Solomon and Isaac and all these other guys. See, all these men had multiple wives. So, like, it boggles my mind. It's like, you have to stay. Well, and listen, you should stay loyal to your. If you're a man, if you don't have that many options, if you're a man, you should stay loyal, especially if you have a good woman. But it's like, it boggles my mind. These people, like these Christians, think like, it's a sin. Like, bro, like, guys, read the Bible for real. Like,
and I always said this. I don't like if men have multiple women. Like, I don't look. I'm like, oh my god, he's a piece of shit or whatever. Like, my thing is, all I ask for it to be considered moral, right?
Yeah,
is whether the man and woman agreed upon the terms of how the relationship will function before they entered the relationship. So basically, if he's like, hey, listen, you're gonna be my main girl, but I will go out there and enjoy myself a couple times a month. So I just want to let you know that. And if she's like, yeah, you know what, I want to be with you and I like the life you live and the benefits that I'm going to get because I'm with you. So I'll tolerate that because I know that you're the type of person. Like, if you agree upon those terms, then there's nothing immoral about it. That's my perspective.
Agreed. Like, also, like, you don't hear about Messi having any side babies or whatever. Like, there's a difference between, like, someone like a Messi or like a LeBron. You don't hear anything versus a Zion. Now, Zion, that's where the problem comes in. Because Zion's a fucking retard. That's an irresponsible man.
Hey, yo, Master J, bro. He's saying we're justifying cheating. This is why you low IQ clowns don't understand context. We said that, first of all, it's not cheating if she agreed upon the terms. All right? That's not cheating. So look up the definition of cheating. It's if a man said, I'm loyal to you and only to you, and I will never sleep outside of the marriage or relationship or whatever the fuck, and then he goes out and does it, that's cheating. But if he says, listen, you're going to be my main chick, basically you're going to be the woman that I take care of and I present socially with, but then I'll have some side, women, and you're okay with that because and she agreed with it, that's not cheating.
Master J, then she's a clown. Master J, I hope you know women like men who get a lot of women, and hell, a woman will forgive a man for cheating. Just saying. A woman will forgive a man for cheating and being a simp like you, Master J. Just letting you know, bro. So you can worship your woman like you. I mean, you are a mama's boy, so it doesn't shock me. So you can worship your woman all you want. You're gonna lose her most likely than a guy who's cheating. Just saying.
Well, what Master J doesn't understand is that the fundamental reality is that a woman rather be with a man that is super successful and has multiple women than a man that is loyal to her, faithful to her, but has zero options and has no success. Like that's what Master J doesn't understand. Like a man, if you give me an option of a woman that's like super successful, she makes good money, but she's around a lot of men, and a woman that is faithful to me, she's a good woman, she's only faithful to me, but she has no, like, she works at fucking McDonald's. Like, I'd rather take the McDonald's chick over the other chick. But that's how men work. But women don't think like that. Like, do you think a woman would
he thinks men and women are the same. So you gotta,
like a woman. Okay. Oh, let me see. A woman dates Ronaldo. She's like, okay, you can be Ronaldo's main chick, but you know he's gonna fuck other women, or you can have this loyal, faithful, loves you man all the time, but he works at McDonald's. What's the percentage of women that would pick Ronaldo over the McDonald's worker? I would love to see those stats.
Less than 1%. I promise you that. I promise you that.
So I don't want to hear.
Yeah, miss me. I don't want to spend. I don't know. Damn, y'all are on the manosphere wisdom today.
This is common sense.
It's a fact.
This is biology. This is what people don't understand. Like, this is biology. Like, women, like, there are peer-reviewed scientific studies that back up what we're saying.
Yeah, facts. This is the one time I agree with science. But this is just life. This is just history. I know she's a clown and she's finna stay a man with a cheat and blasphemy, say I will cheat on you, whatever.
Well, that's okay. Then I guess 99% of women are clowns. All right, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I agree there. What if a man is super successful but loyal? We're not saying it's not possible. We're just saying the likely chances are low.
Men with options. Why do you think it's like people are so naive? It's like, look at history. Look at all the kings throughout history. Why are all the kings throughout history who had all the options, have all the power, have all the resources? Like 99.9% of them had multiple wives and were non-monogamous, and they had a main chick, the queen.
Yeah,
but he had like a harem of women, and the queen was okay with it. I mean, that's always how it's been.
And bro, like the queen doesn't care because guess what? When the king dies, who's getting the inheritance? The queen or the side bitch?
Yeah, the queen, and her children are the ones that benefit from his wealth. So
yeah, I know it's biology, but the manosphere they talk about. No. Here's the difference. The manosphere is.
Let me put my dog. Hold up.
Okay, go ahead. Before I explain this, the manosphere is totally different. The manosphere is a bunch of dumbass men who can't get bitches, or they're a bunch of nerds who got beat up in school, and now they're up. Now that they went to the gym, they took a bunch of steroids, and they actually look good. Now they think because they can, fuck whatever bitch they want. Now they think they can shit on women. We're just speaking unadulterated facts. Two completely different things. We might align, but two completely different things. I'm not insecure. Myron from fucking Fresh and Fit is vastly insecure, and he's a homosexual as well too. Just letting you guys know. He does not like women. He likes taking it up the fucking ass. He's a horrible Muslim if he is Muslim. I don't know what he is, but I can't stand him. The African guy that he's with, he's a fucking fag as well too.
Well, the problem with the Manos, for example, like why I try to differentiate what we're talking about as biological facts versus like red pill shit.
Yeah.
Like you got people like Myron, which is the dude's a fucking clown. Like Myron's a clown. He'll say shit that's outrageous. So I don't like to associate with the red pill because anytime you do that, then people they go away from the facts and focus on the characters within the manosphere. So it's one of those things where it's kind of like, oh, okay. Because I hate this because you know how it works. It's like once we talk truth about the realities between men and women, people automatically think, oh, you guys must be like Myron lovers or something. So
no, I can't stand that asshole. All right, let's go, Donnie. Why do you hate on graduation? Graduation? Did someone graduate?
Wait, Kanye's album?
Oh, because that fucking album is trash. Like, come on, bro.
Damn, bro, that's a horrible take.
Bro, CEO. He had what, 15 songs on there? I like 3 of them. Good Life, Good Morning, and Flashing Lights. Everything else.
That was good enough to take it to 10 out of 10, bro. All right.
It's garbage. That's garbage, dog. This shit is garbage. What was that stupid ass song on there? Oh, it's you and me. That shit is ass, though.
Hey, listen, bro. Don't trash our legends, all right, bro? Even though
garbage.
Kanye's a weirdo, but still.
That shit is garbage, though. He's had better albums than that shit.
Well, I mean, listen,
shit, bro.
If Kanye, let's see, you respected more if Kanye wasn't such a, retarded.
No, I don't. No, I don't care. Like Kanye's just a fucking. I know I'm going conspiracy. And Kanye's MK Ultra. He's just fucking having a haywire. So I don't care about that. It's
All
just
right,
the album is. I always felt like this. The album itself is. I look at the album like, okay, there's 3 good songs on here. Everything else is garbage. I listen to it. Why is it like revered as like the great? I'm like, he's had better albums than this one.
I mean, shit. Like I'm gonna be. I know this is controversial, but I did kind of like the Donda 1 album more than the fucking.
Yeah, that one's better, and that one's not all of that. But I mean, that one's better than Graduation, Midnight Fantasy, whatever the fuck it's called. That one's fucking better than the fucking Graduation. Yeah, Stronger and Can't Tell Me Nothing are trash. What's the one where it's like,
oh you don't like Stronger?
No, that shit's ass.
Do it, wake it, you know. That shit go hard, bro. What you talking about?
That shit is ass.
Yeah, we love Donda 1 around here. I love Donda 1. That shit was fire.
Yeah, Donda 1.
Like, I'm not a religious guy. Like, I'm not a religious guy, but I love the whole like the when he used the like the orchestra music. Yeah, I like that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, all those miss me with Graduation, bro. Like, if you like it, cool. That shit is mid at best. I mean, granted, I'm not really an albums guy, but like, this shit is ass, bro. Miss me with all that. Miss me with all that, bro. Speaking of that, CEO. Speaking of beef, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's your beef with Mbappe, CEO? Why do you hate Mbappe so much, CEO? What has he done? Is he a secret tiny hat? Am I missing something?
No, I mean, I don't hate Mbappe. I decided to hate on France in this World Cup.
And for what reason, CEO?
Because they're the favorites, and I want to shit on the favorites.
See, that's very gay of you. You know what I'm saying?
Like, listen, bro.
Okay. Now, so that's why the reason why you're shitting on Argentina and Messi, because I think they're the second favorites.
Nah, I don't like them. I never liked Argentina. I grew up around a lot of people that dick sucked Argentina when I was a kid. Really? They always wore the Argentina jersey. They were some of the most obnoxious clowns. I mean, they weren't even from Argentina. They were like El Salvadorian, and but they would suck Messi's dick. That shit was horrible, bro. I remember.
I thought you grew around Dominicans. So they like. Am I missing something?
I grew around. No, because inside my school was full of El Salvadorians, but when I went outside of school, like after school activities, I hung out with Dominicans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but nah, I mean, listen, I don't have a problem with Mbappe. I mean, what I like, I have no problem with, like France in general. I just decided to support other teams for the sake of supporting other teams. And I think that upon like the big 3 players, who are you got Mbappe, you got Haaland, and who was the third one? Is it Messi?
Yeah, Messi. Yeah.
Like Haaland's my favorite.
I mean, you throw Ronaldo in there too because he's a big name.
Yeah. So like he's my favorite player in the World Cup right now. So I just picked him.
Norway's good. I don't know if they're. I mean, bro, they couldn't even beat France's backups. I mean, Mbappe did play a little bit, but still. Oh, by the way, Nadia, you fag. Didn't you say Haiti was gonna do something this year? These assholes didn't even score a fucking goal throughout their whole fucking. Oh, yo. But listen, Mbappe and France are amazing. They play purified football. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? CEO hanging out with DRs. That's why he hates Puerto Ricans. Yeah, I've been saying that for years. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans hate each other.
I mean, listen, because I hung out with Dominicans on my like a whole lot of my life. So I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's not like I never heard the Dominicans shit talk Puerto Ricans. I just
oh my gosh, it's bad over here. Well, it's in New York at least.
Yeah. So listen, bro, it's just you Puerto Ricans are weirdos, bro. Just accept it. All right. I agree with the Dominicans. Plus, Dominicans got better food than y'all. It is what it is. So.
And by the way, Dominicans are way cooler than Puerto Ricans. I want to say that.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, and also France played versus Norway. It's just Norway who didn't like the thing with like France has good depth and good players outside of Mbappe. Where I feel like Norway is just like you got Haaland, right? And then you have one more player. It's Haaland and this other dude I cannot pronounce. But he's the captain of the team. He's really good. So like those two guys, like I feel like Haaland's potential as a soccer player is like the best out of all of them. Like He's kind of like you know what he reminds me of?
Yeah.
He's kind of like Megatron, but in soccer.
What are you talking about?
Holland.
I like Holland. He's cool. I mean, I like the way because I watch a lot of Premier League. He plays for Manchester City, so I like Holland. It's just Norway's good.
Like I compare him to like Megatron. It's kind of like he's this like insane freak athlete, like this.
Are you talking about the superhero? Or are you talking about Calvin Johnson?
No, Calvin Johnson, Megatron. Of course, I'm not talking about like Optimus Prime and that shit, but I'm talking about like you know how Calvin Johnson is like this. Like, yeah, you have Randy Moss, you have Jerry Rice. So I guess Jerry Rice would be either like Messi or Ronaldo or whatever, and then you got Calvin Johnson. You know he's not like number one, but you know like out of all the receivers, that dude is the most physically gifted.
Yeah. I like him. He's cool, bro. He's cool. Him. I mean, there's a lot of teams I'm fucking with in this World Cup, and this, you know what I'm saying, CEO. And speaking of that, well, we know Canada beat South Africa. Shout out to South Africa, man. I mean, those boys. I mean, watching those guys cry, man, because you know they're probably not going to make it. They have to wait another. There's a Canadian out there who just got stabbed today. I'm just letting y'all know. Talking shit to a South African. I'm just letting y'all know, man.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying? And they got to wait 4 years. But speaking of that, so obviously South Africa lost to Canada 1-0. Yo, Canada, bro, y'all are getting close.
Hold on. Hey, yo, Marcus, why am I in your hypothetical situation? Am I all of a sudden East Indian male?
Wait, what? CEO, since you shit on Puerto Ricans, but if you were an East Indian male, you would do anything to be a Puerto Rican, because if you were Indian, you would get no European pussy blonde beautifuls.
Well, I'm not Indian, so I guess I'm good.
If you were, what is that?
And by the way, I know a lot of Puerto Ricans that don't get European blonde pussy.
By the way, Marcus, are you Puerto Rican? We never found out your race, or at least I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
CEO sent us, bro, Master J, you're not a Puerto Rican, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, this nigga lies about whatever he is all the time.
Yes. Well, CEO, Brazil and Japan. Obviously, we're going Brazil. Vin Jr. Fuck Japan. Fuck.
Hold up. Aren't these both teams in my top 5?
I know Brazil is. I don't know if Japan is.
Yeah, because I got Japan, Brazil, Spain, U.S. and what was the other one?
Norway.
Yeah. That's some fucking bullshit. But listen, I'll support Brazil off the simple fact that they're on our side of the planet. All right. But I got no hate for Japan. You know, I love their food. You know, RJ being a hater of Japan. You know what I'm saying?
Japan is full of pedophiles and gay boys.
Listen.
No, I'm saying, if you're Asian, you're a pedophile. I don't give a fuck.
Listen, we love Asians. All right, we love Asian women. All right, we love Asian cuisine. All right, you know, ours is just you're hating for no reason. All right.
CEO, fuck Japan. I hope Neymar comes back. He's being a bitch. I hope Neymar and Vin Jr. take a massive shit all over Japan. They bomb Pearl Harbor. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is. Germany and Paraguay. Obviously, we're taking Germany's CEO. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I got no problem with Germany at all. If they won it, I wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? Got no hate towards Germany.
They did one of the best things in history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not rooting for them, but I don't hate them. Like, so
unfortunately, they were stopped by gay ass America, gay ass Russia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Paraguay. You know, we can talk like this because our top security guard is a Jew. So just to let you know that.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
And we got Netherlands and Morocco.
I think I'm taking Morocco on that one.
Yeah, I agree because they got Salah. What the Netherlands got?
Yeah. We got Ivory Coast, I believe, versus Norway.
Yo, Ivory Coast has been kind of balling. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna take Norway.
Man.
But it's hard though because Ivory Coast has been balling.
Man, that's a hard one. I'm gonna take Norway, but that's gonna be a good ass game though.
I love how these assholes, like, instead of calling the Ivory Coast like they usually do, like they changed it to like the way they say it.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't even recognize it by its flag. We got France and Sweden. France is about to run a train all over Sweden. It's not even fucking close. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's a wraps.
We got Mexico and Ecuador. I hope Mexico takes a mean shit all over Ecuador. Brandon's been trolling me all fucking weekend about Ecuador. His horrible take about Ecuador. And I'm still pissed off they made the final 32.
I mean, no way this nigga thinks they have a chance. Like,
no, he just thought they were going to win the group. He was wrong about that, but they did make the final 32, so I got to fucking eat that.
Hey, listen, Mexico going to take care of business and get Brandon up out of here.
England and Dominican, Democrat, Republican, Congo. I'm going to take England, Harry King.
Yeah, I'm also taking England.
You know what I'm saying? Belgium and Senegal.
I'm gonna take Senegal's not bad.
I'm not for Senegal.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go with Senegal.
US and Bosnia.
Listen, we got the US, you know what I'm saying? Fuck Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, you pick a name. Bro, their country's name. Like, pick a name, my nigga. Either you're Bosnia or Herzegovina or whatever the fuck. But these niggas, like, you know what? I don't know what name we are. We're just gonna put two of them.
No, I'm saying USA, baby, USA.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Spain. Well, go ahead.
We've been cooking.
Yeah, Spain and Austria. Obviously, Spain. Not even a question. Liam's about to cook. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Yamal. Shout out to Spain, who's gonna win it all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Donnie, bro. Like, you disappoint me every week, bro. I swear to God, bro.
What happened? Gotta vote Quran off for Love Island. Oh my gosh,
Donnie, I don't even know who that is.
I don't even know who Corbin is.
Of course, Donnie watches fucking Love Island.
You know what I'm saying? I know, right? Portugal. Oh man,
I gotta go with Croatia. I feel like they can take it.
I want to go. I'm gonna go with Portugal, man. Oh my gosh, can you guys? This one's gonna be hard to watch. It really is, man. It really is. I'm gonna go Portugal. Switzerland, Algeria. Algeria fucking sucks. Come on.
Yeah, agreed.
Australia, Egypt. I'm going with my boy CEO Mohamed Salah. I'm going Egypt. All right.
Yeah, I'll go Egypt too. I mean, Australia doesn't have anybody, right? Like, anybody, at least that I know.
They're all right, but I mean, Egypt is, I'm just going Mohamed Salah because he's one of my favorites in Premier League, which he could be coming to the MLS CEO, which I'm kind of excited about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got Argentina, Capo Verde. Come on, man. Come on, man. Argentina.
Bro, listen, I'm going with Cabo Verde in an upset, all right?
Good luck with that one. Good luck with
that. You know, I say Cabo Verde, these niggas, no one knew they existed. Now they're going to be put on the map, all right?
Yeah, they're going to be put all over the fucking map after Argentina fucking ass rips them on national TV, man.
I'm telling you, bro, look out for Cabo Verde, bro. It's going to be like 2-1.
You think they're going to hold Argentina to 1 goal?
Yeah, that's right, bro. I'm calling right now.
CEO,
don't be surprised when it happens. Don't be surprised when it happens, bro.
CEO, bro. Miss me. Come on, bro. You know that's bullshit. Yeah, I know. Even come on, bro. They probably don't think they're gonna do that, man. Come on.
Listen, Cabo Verde's sneaky good, bro. I'm telling you,
bro. CEO, they come on, man. Stop it. All right. Speaking of that, not even gonna waste my time with that. Colombia, Ghana.
That's a good one. I'm gonna go with Ghana though.
Over Colombia?
It's gonna be close. This is close. This is one of those close games. But I'm gonna go with Ghana.
Well, Brand's ruling against Colombia. I guess I'll go with Ghana. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I guess Ecuador and Colombia have a big beef with each other.
Yeah, so, I didn't know that. No, I'm not surprised.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But that's our everybody needs to start going into soccer. The chat's a little active. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat, man. You guys are finally waking up to a great sport in soccer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The World Cup. It's not like we're covering random Premier League. We're covering the World Cup. All right.
Yeah, this is rare. It's every 4 fucking years. So
Yeah, so y'all can deal with it for one.
and I think this is the first time ever. They told us in the chat 3 different states are hosting it. So this is historic right here, and it's Messi, Ronaldo, and Neymar's last World Cup. So very historic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Love Island Soccer. Donnie, you are a massive fag. Anyway, CEO, let's get into the NBA. A lot of things to talk about. Giannis Antetokounmpo finally traded to the Miami Heat. CEO, your thoughts?
Not surprised. We knew that it was either going to be Miami or Boston. But what I will say is that I knew it wasn't going to be Boston because I was like, it's going to be a lot of people are going to say it's going to be Boston, but it's probably going to end up being something else. Listen, like, you know what? Like, yeah, they got Giannis, but I'm not moved, RJ. I'm not moved. Okay. All right. The reason I'm not moved is because I said if they trade his ass to Miami, this is retirement time. All right.
I think that's one of the teams you said you didn't want him to go to.
No, I didn't want him to go to the Clippers or Miami. And I said because I was like, go somewhere interesting, go somewhere intriguing where we can have a legit conversation. No, you go to Miami. A lot of people were like ripping on the Celtics because they were talking about how Giannis wouldn't mesh well with fucking Jason Tatum stylistically or something, which is nonsense. But what's worse than Tatum versus Giannis? It has to be Bam and Giannis. Like at least Tatum has some inkling of being able to like be a playmaker and be an offensive kind of a guy where he can kind of mimic a point forward in a sense but you got 2 niggas who are, and I'm not saying Bam can't score, he can, but it's like he's more of a power forward. And then you got another power forward motherfucker. I guess you got to move one of them to the 5. It's just like both of these niggas are bulky. Both of these niggas are not like offensive juggernauts in terms of being efficient at playing offense. Like it's like at least with Tatum, you could see he could be like a big point guard. With this nigga, with Bam, it's like, bro, you got 2 big stiffs. Like I'm not saying like, listen, the defense in the front court is going to be absolutely.
Rebounding is gonna be good.
Right. It's gonna be absolutely tenacious. And if they had a point guard worth a damn, I'd be like, I like this because you got the point guard, you got that offensive guy, but they gave away the majority of their pieces, offensive pieces to Milwaukee. And so now you got 2 stiffs, 2 guys that are not really point heavy, like who's going to be manning the point guard position? I mean, yeah, you got rid of Tyler Hero, who wasn't good in the first place, but his backup is not that much better. I mean, he's probably worse. So they have to address the point guard position seriously for this to work out effectively. Now, I know that people had rumblings that they're not done yet.
Yeah,
they can't be done yet because if they go into the season with only Bam and Giannis and a bunch of misfits, I don't see it working out because you need somebody to distribute, and both these niggas ain't about that. So,
yeah. Donnie, thank you for the super chat. What? Is this more Love Island bullshit?
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, bro. I'm not reading that. Anyways. I'm not mad at the move. I think Bam and Giannis are probably the best front court in the league right now. I do believe that, but you got to address that backcourt. You got to get a point guard who's smart, who can facilitate, who knows the game. You got to get a shooting guard that's a stop and shoot guy. Like maybe, I mean, I know they can't get this person, but like a Desmond Bain-ish type of guy.
I mean, like at least with the Boston connection, it made more sense because like when the Celtics won their championship, Tatum was kind of like the facilitator.
Yeah.
the main facilitator. So it worked out because he's kind of like a point forward in a sense where Bam is nowhere near that. Like that's not what Bam does.
And
And
takes
Giannis,
threes.
right. And you know, these niggas would be good together if they had that guy. But if they don't have that guy, then I just this is very underwhelming to me personally. Now I heard rumblings. We heard rumblings that maybe LeBron would join them. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, listen, we'll see. Well, let me throw this name out there. What if they sign Drew Holiday, veteran point guard, who played with Giannis and won a ring?
Yeah, I mean, like if they got like here's the thing with Drew, he's not really like a facilitator in that sense. Because when he played with the Celtics, it was mainly Derek White who was more of a facilitator than he was. But what I would say is that if they got Jrue Holiday, first of all, Jrue Holiday's on a horrible contract. The dude makes like what $35 million a year.
I think he's a free agent this offseason.
Right. So the dude, like if they traded for him, right, like they would have to absorb that contract. And
he's a free agent.
Oh, he's a free agent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. He wouldn't be like a good facilitator. He'd be more of a like reliable. Like your defense would be really good because you know Jrue's really good defensively. So and so is Giannis and so is Bam. So your defense would be really good, stout. But again, he's just not the right fit. You need somebody more like you said, more of like I guess a Bane or even something like even though I don't like this thing anymore, somebody like a Fox. Like you need something like that, a little bit in that wheelhouse for it to work. Now,
we'll see. Let's talk about it. LeBron James rumbling going to playing point guard for the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
you think it will happen, and do you like the matchup?
With LeBron there. Now the good thing about LeBron is always like he can play 1 through 5. And he can be a point guard, right? So he can facilitate. LeBron has no problem doing that. He's been one of the better passers in the generation, so he can definitely facilitate. So I feel like adding LeBron would definitely help a lot. This would of course be a win now team because LeBron's like 40 and Giannis is in his 30s and Bam's up there too. So this is definitely a win this year type of team. I don't hate it, but would LeBron take like a considerably massive pay cut to go to Miami? Because, like I said, Giannis is getting paid like 50, Bam's getting paid a shit ton of money. So he would have to be somewhere in like the 20 million range a year in order to make that work.
Yeah.
So either that or pay them all three and have nothing but like G League players surrounding those three guys, and I don't think that's a good idea. And plus, they still have Norman Powell, right?
I believe so. Yes.
I think they're paying that nigga like a considerable amount of money, like 20 or 30 million. So you have to move off him.
Will LeBron take a pay cut?
He would have to. I mean, like if he wants to win, like first of all, I'm gonna just be honest, bro. Like, what's this nigga's net worth?
A lot. a billion. He's a billion,
right? Yeah. He's a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
Like LeBron, bro. Like LeBron, you don't need the money, bro. Like you do not need. Like you're worth, $1.2 billion. You don't need the money. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, I'm not telling you to take I'm not telling you to get paid like $1 million a year, but like you don't need it. Like if you want to win and you want to, like if I'm LeBron and I'm already worth that amount of money and I'm filled up to the brim with sponsorship money and all this kind of, these assets and all this shit. Like I'd be like, I just want to win now. Let me take a massive pay cut and let me go to a team that I can win with. Like you could take a massive pay cut, go to Cleveland, take a massive pay cut, go back to Miami, take a massive pay cut, go to, I don't know, fucking OKC or something. I don't know. But like a place where you know that you are going to have a surefire shot to go win the chip. I mean, shit, you could go to, even though you probably wouldn't, but you could go to Boston. You could go to New York. You could go all these teams. I'm telling you, RJ would accept him if he took a massive pay cut. There's not a team out there that would say no to him if he took a massive pay cut. You know that's true.
I agree. So, I'll say this, right? And this is maybe the only driving force CEO. You know what he will have in his cap that all the other great players won't have?
Yeah.
He'll have the fact that if he could win a finals, and it will be his last year.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Johnson lost in the finals. Larry Bird, he lost in the second round. Michael Jordan, we know about the Wizard years. Kareem, I think he lost in the finals his last year. Like, he'll have that in his cap. Tim Duncan went out in the first round. So he can say, now granted, he won't be the GOAT, obviously, at least to us, but he'll have that in his cap of feathers, and all the bronze section. Like, well, his last year, he won the finals. Meanwhile, Jordan, he was a bum with the Wizard, Magic. So I mean, looking at it from that perspective, I can see him taking a massive pay cut to have another cap in his feather of that perspective.
Yeah, I mean, he has to, because if you want to get paid like $50 million a year or something, which is what he's getting paid now, or something along those lines, then might as well stay with LA, or go to some bum ass team that wants to sell tickets. Go to the Clippers. Maybe they'll give you $50 million just to sell tickets.
Yeah. Speaking of that, CEO,
all right.
LaMelo Ball teams up with Anthony Edwards to Minnesota. CEO, your thoughts?
All right, when I saw this, because I before LaMelo was getting traded, we heard that he was about to get traded, that they wanted to trade him. And I was like, I wouldn't be mad if the Celtics got him, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, our coaching is good. Like, I trust our organization to get him right, because LaMelo does have a lot of issues in terms of, his injury history, and also in terms of him being kind of inefficient offensively. Like, he's more of a volume shooter. Like, he'll have nice numbers, but he's kind of a little bit inefficient. But he is good. Like, I feel like if you can, he's not that old. He's like, what, 24?
Yeah.
Like I feel like you get him under the right system, with the right coach, with the right organization. It could turn into with a winning culture. He could definitely thrive in that, as long as he stays healthy. So when I first heard this, I was like, okay, maybe the Celtics. I wouldn't be mad if this was the move, right? I wouldn't be mad about it. But then here came Minnesota, because they want to make Ant happy, right? They're like, listen, Ant, don't leave us. We're pathetic. We're a shitty organization. You know what I'm saying? We need you here. So they were like, listen, bro, let me go to the Hornets. They want to move off of. And by the way, the Hornets, it's not like the Hornets just had their team. They were minding their own business, and then the Timberwolves called. No, the Hornets were actively looking to get rid of this guy. They actively didn't want to have LaMelo on their team, which actually says a lot about what they think of their current roster now. It says a lot about what they think of LaMelo. But the what's it called? The fucking Timberwolves were like, nah, we were not going to win with Rudy and Julius Randle. We need a guy who can be a facilitator, a guy that can take some pressure off. And so they traded for LaMelo Ball, and they gave up a guy that I like. They gave up Naz Reid, which is a solid a player.
Yeah.
They gave up some, I think, in unprotected 20 and 33 first-round picks, multiple second-rounders, some pick swaps.
Yep.
And that's kind of how they got LaMelo. So the Hornets weren't really valuing him that highly, but now the good thing about the situation is that he's a number 2 and Ant's the number 1.
Yeah.
I like this. I think that the Timberwolves got better. Like, I think that they definitely got better.
I mean, he's an upgrade over Julius Randle. We'll say that.
Right, exactly. So they definitely got better. They're going to be a lot more competitive. As long as he stays healthy, I think this is going to be a nice pairing, because their offensive games are slightly different. I think that LaMelo can, when they double Ant, because they're going to double Ant. LaMelo is going to be able to get his points off. It's going to be good for the Wolves. Now, do I think that this is a definitive, like, oh my God, like this is they're now going to be rivals to like San Antonio? Not really. I do think it's a meaningful upgrade. I think that they maybe could upset some teams. But do I think they're surefire, like, Western Conference finalists, meaning going out of the Western Conference into the NBA Finals? I don't think that. I think that other teams are still favored, especially San Antonio still has the edge over them. But I like the move. I think that Timberwolves did a good thing. Now, let's talk about the Hornets side of the ball, right?
All right.
When it comes to the Hornets, I actually don't hate this on their end. And the reason I say that is because they got a good big man. And I think that their focus is on building around Brandon Miller and Con Knippel, right? Now, the organization views Con Knippel as a fundamental piece going forward. And I think they view Brandon Miller as also kind of like a slightly fundamental piece going forward. But I think out of those two, they probably favor Con Knippel, right? I think they think in their mind after his rookie year, they're like, yeah, this is the guy, right? Whether you think that's true or not, but the organization views him as the next kind of like, this is going to be the guy. We're going to build around Con Knippel. Brandon Miller is going to be part of that. And not only that, they also have a lot of other young players that are kind of budding talents that I think will merge into serviceable role players in the future. And they got a big contract off their books. I do not hate this when it comes to the Hornets. They got some extra picks. I think that they couldn't keep all three of them because you're going to eventually pay the other two. And I think they're going a different route. I think this is kind of like a win-win situation for both teams. So what's your opinion on that?
My thoughts are, I'll talk about it with Minnesota. Minnesota made a great trade. LaMelo is 6'7", no meme, please, anybody. Nice. He fits the size of SGA and Dylan Harper and all these other guys. LaMelo is a hooper. He's going to give Ant a lot of looks. Ant's going to give him a lot of looks. I don't know who their three is, but they have a lineup of LaMelo, Ant, Jaden Daniels, Rudy Gobert. Solid lineup. And maybe they're going the opposite. And maybe instead of going big, they're going small. They want to play small ball with OKC and the Spurs. Now, I don't think they'll beat the Spurs. I think they can upset OKC. I think OKC are a bunch of frauds. You know what I'm saying? Just mentally lies. I think they're a bunch of fags. You know what I'm saying? We've seen what Canada does. You know what I'm saying? Other than that. But I think they're the third best team in the West at worst. The Hornets, this is a horrible trade. I thought the Hornets were the up-and-coming team with LaMelo, Con Knippel, and Brandon Miller. Listen, I like Con Knippel, and I like Brandon Miller. These guys are role players. Like, people, like Con Knippel is a role player. Great role player. He's not a superstar. Come on.
I think that the organization views him in a more favorable light than you do, obviously. And when they're looking,
is this the same organization run by Michael Jordan?
No, he sold it. Remember?
Well, this is still a dog shit organization. So
listen. When it comes, I don't have when you take into account LaMelo's injury history, he's only played a handful of games in the past 2 to 3 years. When you take that into account, what they're paying him, LaMelo is good on a more of a win now team. Whereas I feel like because Con Knippel's only 20 or 19 years old and Brandon Miller's younger, also young as well, and LaMelo's young as well, but I feel like they're this is kind of the extra piece that we don't need, and we value Brandon Miller's talent and we value Con Knippel's talent and future potential over LaMelo's given his injury history and all that shit. I have no problem with it. I think that them focusing on those two, and I don't think they're done because they've been moving other trade pieces, and I think they're freeing up cap space to bring in somebody more significant, right? So if they kept Brandon Miller and kept Con Knippel as pieces, and they're planning to bring in somebody more capable, a third piece, because they cleared a lot of on their books and they got a lot of draft picks, and they're trying to acquire somebody that could be like that third piece I don't hate it. That's what I'm referring to.
Listen, the only way this would make sense, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I know it's most likely not going to happen because their coaches re-sign with them. If the Charlotte Hornets were to get their hometown guy there and pair him with Brandon Miller and Con Knipple, this would be a win. You know who I'm talking about, CEO?
Who?
Who's the most famous NBA player from Charlotte in the NBA right now?
The most famous NBA player from Charlotte.
I'll give you a hint.
Huh? Yeah, give me a hint.
I'll give you a hint. His dad played for Charlotte. He played for Charlotte. His brother played for Charlotte.
Well, wait. Steph,
Chef, look at Wardell Curry. Now, I know it's not going to happen, obviously. But, because they just re-signed Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr's a fag. But, if you were to give Steph a young Con Knipple who can shoot the three, kind of like Clay, give him Brandon Miller with a young roster with the leadership of Steph Curry, they're a top 2 team in the top 3 team in the fucking East, hands down.
Well, I agree. Now, what they need to do is, first of all, can we just talk about like Golden State? Stop holding on to Steph Curry because your time is done. Like, let's just be honest. Like, you're not gonna you didn't go for Giannis. You weren't in that sweepstake. Your time is done. You're not gonna win with only Steph Curry. Steph Curry needs to go to a different team in order for him to win something. Just give it up, bro. Like, I feel like the Golden State Warriors are trying to hold on to like the 2016s. It's embarrassing.
I know, right?
Let that shit go, bro.
I agree, 100%. But other than that, they're not winning fucking 30 games next year. CEO, they're bad. Like, Charlotte's bad. Like, I'm just letting y'all know, man. Minnesota, I believe, won the trade. We'll see what happens. I think they're a top 3 team. Hornets, you guys let me down. I mean, bro, listen, LaMelo's only like 24. It's not like he's fucking 27. So it's like he's not that fucking old.
Listen, if Con Knipple could be like a Devin Booker, then I think it's a win.
Bro, get the fuck. What?
If Con Knipple could be like a Devin Booker, it would be a win for them.
Okay, CEO. Clearly, I have to educate you because clearly, number one, Devin Booker's not a winning player.
No, yeah, but neither is LaMelo Ball. And what I want to say, hold up, before you were saying, oh, he's going to be an Austin Reeves type, or if he can be like a Devin Booker, first of all, that's not a horrible thing as long as they can, pair him with Brandon, whatever Brandon Miller comes out to be, and a third player. I think that's a perfectly fine goal in mind, because Con Knipple is not going to be like Luka Doncic or anything like that. Like, if he can come out to be something similar to Devin Booker, where you can plug in a different player to make at least, let me tell you something, if they can at least make some deep-ish playoff runs, that's good enough for Charlotte. And I think that's where they're coming from.
CEO, first of all, okay, LaMelo's not a quote-unquote win. Who on this team could he win with? CEO, he had washed-up fucking Kemba Walker on his team. He had Mason Plumlee on his phone. Who was he supposed to win with? I would love to know, CEO.
Now, I will say this. Believe it or not, if Minnesota could have got Con Knipple, they would have got Con Knipple over LaMelo Ball. They would have done it.
Come on, man.
They would have done it.
Con Knipple's vastly overrated.
No, he's not overrated.
Listen, Con Knipple's good. I'm not going to deny that. He's good. But people are acting like this is Jordan Poole 2.0. People thought Jordan Poole was going to take over Steph. No, that's not the case. It's not.
No, it's not the case. But the thing is, when I told you, if Con Knipple was available, right, during the trade that Minnesota did, and they could get they could get Con if he was available, they would have got Con Knipple. And the reason I say that is a couple of things. One, the contract, right? Two, he's 20 years old. He just turned 20 years old. Three, he has zero injury history. And four, any organization that looks at Concanipple, and I'm talking from an organizational standpoint, when you look at the contract, the age, when you look at the fact that he almost won Rookie of the Year, you're like, yeah, okay, perfect. We're gonna get Concanipple, and y'all can keep LaMelo. We're gonna keep Concanipple, and then we're gonna look for somebody else because we could save the money because he's getting paid peanuts right now. So they're gonna be like, okay, now we can get another player as well. So they would have definitely took that option, in my opinion, if it was available, but it clearly wasn't.
But see, you're looking at it from you're looking at it from a contract, and you're not looking at it from LaMelo Ball is a way better basketball player than Concanipple. Not even Concanipple's a great shot up, is a good straight up shooter. Not gonna deny that. That's all he is. He's no different than he doesn't have a bag like Devin Booker. And second of all, I wouldn't want Devin Booker on my team. Devin Booker can't even make the playoffs.
No, I understand what you're saying, but my point of view is that the vast majority of GMs in the league would pick Concanipple over LaMelo Ball.
Okay, let me ask you this question. If Concanipple was 24 and was getting paid the same amount as LaMelo, would they want him still? Over LaMelo?
Over LaMelo? Assuming that after those 5 years he hasn't ascended his game, right? Because we're assuming that in those 4 years he didn't develop further, right? So assuming he did not develop further, then of course, no, I would say that they would favor LaMelo because and that depends, because if he's not injury prone, they probably take him over. They still take him over because that's such a big thing. And that's why if LaMelo Ball was not injury prone, he would not have been traded. He probably wouldn't have been traded because he is.
And the reason why he's injury prone is because he has to carry this sorry ass fucking Hornets team. Listen,
but I can tell you, and I don't think you disagree. I think you would agree that the vast majority of GMs would rather take Concanipple over LaMelo. I think you know that.
Yes, because Concanipple is younger and he's less, and he costs less. But in the next few years, when Concanipple shows who he is, listen, I'm just break it to everybody. Concanipple showed me who he was in the playing tournaments. Choked. Simple.
Ferry was a rookie.
CEO, I'm gonna put it to you like this, right? All right, CEO, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Ready?
Yeah.
You can't build the it factor. You either have it or you don't. Jason Tatum, I need to give your boy credit. In his first playoff run, CEO, he won 7 games with 2018 LeBron. Gave him a run for his money. Now, am I saying Jason Tatum's Michael Jordan? No, but Jason Tatum, to his credit, at least for last year, he is a consistent playoff guy. Concanipple will never be that. And he showed me that. I'm talking about Tatum. Tatum showed me that he'll be decent in the playoffs in 2017. Concanipple's just not that. Just miss me with that, bro. Look at Wemby, his first time in the playoffs. So
no, I know. Listen, just to put it out there, even though Tatum had a good run, it did take him 7 years to get a chip. So,
okay, but CEO, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. He went to a conference championship his first year. Concanipple's not doing that.
No, and by the way, I'm not here to say that Concanipple's this fucking world-beating player, because he's not. He's not. But I can see where people are like, listen, LaMelo Ball, we know LaMelo Ball's ceiling, right? We know where his ceiling is at. He's never going to be like an elite player. He's going to be very good, but he's not going to be an elite player. And we don't think that he's enough for us to win, so we're going to move off him given his injury. Because I think here the issue here is that the injury history is so profound, right? That a lot of teams are like, yeah, it's the Hornets are like, yeah, we can't win with this. I'm too concerned about his injuries. He's just not around enough. And I think a team where the Wolves are like, listen, we'll deal with that. We trust our organization to keep him healthy. We think that we can get him into our program. Maybe we get him into our meal plan or our physical trainers, and we can work with him. And if he can stay healthy enough, because Ant is such a such a dominant force in the NBA, because Ant carries the majority of this team. LaMelo, all we need is the best of LaMelo. LaMelo doesn't need to be elite. LaMelo just needs to be good or very good. That's all he needs to be, because we know that Ant is the guy, and we know that all we need is LaMelo to sometimes be able to carry occasionally, but we know he's not going to do that 24/7 because we got Ant for that. So this is why I said I understand where both sides are coming from. because the Hornets don't have
it. But the Hornets, horrible trade. This is the Hornets. This is what they fucking do.
I mean, listen, they got more draft picks. They got a young core.
And they're not gonna do shit with it, CEO. They're not gonna do shit.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do with LaMelo either. Like they're not gonna win it.
Yeah, I mean, at least you can try to fucking maybe.
But they're not going to though. That's the thing. You know that. Like, you know if LaMelo, you know for a fact that if LaMelo stayed with the Hornets, they would have never won shit. You know that. Come on.
I get that, but now you're really not going to win shit.
Like, no, now you got more draft picks, and I think that's.
I mean, I'll say this: maybe Giannis would have came if he knew he had LaMelo. I'm just saying.
No, listen, bro. I if anything, I'm not trying to say. I think you slightly overrate LaMelo. Now, I don't think that. I think you'd agree he's not an elite player, and he's probably never going to be an elite player.
He's a top 15 player in the league when he's healthy.
He is what I would consider like a very like if we had a score, like a scoring from 1 to 100, he'd be like 88, around there.
We talking about out of all the players?
No, I'm talking about like just from like you know how video games have a scoring thing.
Oh, like a grading?
Yeah.
88. That's pretty fucking good.
No, that's good. That's what I'm saying. He'd be like a B plus, almost to an A minus. That's all you need. If you're Minnesota, that's all you need because you know Ant's an A plus. So that's what I'm saying. Like Charlotte's in a position where you have to find someone. If Concaniple's not going to be, he's going to be a very good, like you said, role player, right? Mm-hmm. He's going to be a very decent role player. Or if you're lucky, he'll be a guy that can hit threes all the time, and you know, or you know, Brandon Miller. I don't know what he'll become, but if he can be something of a decent wing. A very good role player. And maybe they're like, listen, we're not going to get over the hump, LaMelo. I'd rather take the draft picks to see if we can try to like find that top tier player. Then
which you never do.
Which they probably won't. But I understand their logic behind that because I know for a fact if they kept LaMelo, they kept Concanipple and Brandon Miller, it would be a fun team to watch. But we both know that they will never reach the top. And who knows? This is all dependent on if they don't get another third piece, right? Depending on if they can make another splash either this season or next season, maybe it'll change the whole map. So we got to see.
But CEO, people are sitting here saying it's not going to work. Bro, you only tried it for 1 year. You just got Concanipple last year. You got LaMelo Ball. He did good in that playing turn. All you needed was a center. You could at least given it another fucking year.
Yeah, like, I know what you're saying. You could have gave it another year, but I think that their front office is like, okay, he's injury prone. I
get that, but now I get he's injury prone. I get that. I understand that. That is a problem. But now he has Brandon Miller. Now he has Concanipple. He doesn't need to fucking take all the contact that he does now.
No, I agree with you. I think that their logic is like, we're the Hornets. We are garbage, right? We're not a good organization. We know for a fact that even if we kept LaMelo, we're not going to win shit in the East. They're not good enough to beat the Knicks. They're not good enough to beat Boston when they're healthy. They're not good enough to beat probably the Heat now, right? They're not good enough to beat who else in the East? I'm blanking. Like
the East.
Right. So like there's like 3 or 4 teams in the East where they're like, yeah, we're definitely not beating them. Like my point of view, I think they're saying, okay, we want to get the $30+ million off the books, right? Make the team cheaper, get all the draft picks we can get, build around these 2 very young players, and try to see if we can either trade for a player this year or next year or sign a big acquisition next year to see if we can get somebody that maybe availability is better than LaMelo Ball. And we can run it with that. I feel like that's where they're going. And by the way, I think Minnesota got a good deal because I think that LaMelo Ball is just enough of a player that they need to help Ant. And I think that the Hornets know that they're not winning shit and they're going to get more picks in and they're going to build around younger talent and to see if they can find another player that can maybe take them over the hump.
See, this is like the Pistons trading Cade Cunningham because he was a little injured his rookie year and he tore his ACL the next year.
No, I understand, even though Cade is in elite territory, whereas LaMelo is. But
but here's the thing, though. And then the next year, he only won like 5 games. That's like them saying, hey, we're going to move off of Cade. We can't win with him. And he's injury prone. He's been injury prone the last 2 years. This year, we only won. Let's move off of him. And even you didn't see the picture in Cade. I understand LaMelo's been in the league since 2020. I get that. But at the same time, it's like, bro, listen, you guys will learn one day, next year, year after. You know what I'm saying?
This, when it comes to good, I think this is a good trade for both sides. I think that given their situations that are very specific to them, given that the fact that the Hornets will not win ever with LaMelo Ball, and we all know that, and given the fact that with LaMelo, maybe the Timberwolves could have an opportunity to upset teams in the West, right, and maybe make it out the West. That's a good enough trade for them. So I think that given their situations, it's a decent trade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they find their franchise player, then maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're waiting for Bryce James to come out. But listen, missing with all that. Shout out to LaMelo for getting on the Hornets. The Hornets are a fucking dysfunctional organization. I have to say, you can tell. So, shout out to them for doing that.
So are the Wolves, Connor.
I mean, the Wolves, they had KG in there. I'll give them that. But
then he went to Boston and won, so that was a pretty bad look for them.
Hey, man, you know what? Fuck them all. We don't, CEO. We'll end off the night on this because I know you really want to talk about this, CEO.
All right.
Jaylen Brown has not been traded yet, CEO. Jaylen Brown's going on Twitter. He's going on X, CEO. He's saying this is some bullshit. The fans, I never lost a playoff series. I have the most playoff wins since this time. He's been, going off, CEO. And CEO, I'm going to give you the ball and, give your thoughts on Jaylen Brown and the whole Celtics situation.
All right. So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about the Jaylen Brown situation. Then I made like 11 draft packages that I think are acceptable for Jaylen Brown. And I'm going to send them to you on Discord. And we're going to review them.
All right, go ahead.
Now, when it comes to the Jaylen Brown situation, this dude got to go. All right, we got to get off him. The relationship is soured. The dude is a diva. All right, I think that's an appropriate term to use. Dude's a diva. The guy thinks he's all of that. The guy thinks very highly of himself, which is fine. But the dude is very. My problem with Jaylen Brown is that he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room while being probably one of the dumbest guys in the room.
Agreed.
What a smart thing to do is just shut the fuck up. You know how many times Jason Tatum, people have been talking shit about how he's not a good enough star, about how he's not in the same tier as someone like Giannis, or he's not in the same tier as someone like Jokic or whatever the fuck, right? No. And all these analysts, even though I agree with Jaylen Brown that Stephen A is a bitch ass nigga, dusty nigga, clown in all sense of the word, I agree with him 100%, and I'm pretty sure that's 97% of the league's opinion on Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. And all of them, you know what Jason Tatum does? He shuts up. He's like he knows Stephen A's a clown, but he's not going to get in the mud with a pig. He knows that the media is clowns. He's not going to do that. He's not going to go at fans. He's going to ignore them, focus on his game, get back to rehabbing, get back to training, and try to do something next year. That's what he's a mature adult. All right. Whereas Brown is like, bitch, I want to be number one. Why doesn't nobody give me my respects? Why do people want to get rid of me? People like statistics are trash. People are trash. Joel Embiid's a bitch. Like all these people, referees suck dick. Like it's just at this point, I'm like, ESPN's the evil empire. He's correct about that, but all this shit is kind of like, bro, shut the fuck up. You just got bounced in the first round. Have some shame. Have some humility. You got dog. You were up 3-1, and then choked to Joel Embiid's sorry ass, and you got Maxey out there who you're supposed to be better than. Like
Paul George.
You got old ass Paul George. Like, shut the fuck up. And you know what? I think the Celtics are at a point where, like, yeah, we want to get rid of this nigga. He's not a good locker room presence. And, it's not Jason Tatum either. I think that the whole locker room doesn't like this nigga. I think that a lot of these niggas are like, this dude's a clown. He's not a team player. He always sneak disses Tatum. Tatum has not one time sneak dissed Brown. One time.
He probably has a lot of reason to.
He has a lot of reason to. He never done it. Like he just disrespects Tatum constantly. Sneak disses everyone. Like, bro, just get him out of here. And yeah, like, are we gonna get the trade package that I want, or that players want, or that fans want? No. But at this point, it's like addition by subtraction. The dude wants to be a number one. He's an egomaniac. Get them the fuck out the team. We need team players. That's what we need. Jaylen Brown. By the way, this whole situation that he hasn't been traded yet, right?
Yeah.
The fucking Milwaukee rather trade Giannis to the Heat and get young players than trade for his ass. All right. So obviously, GMs around the league, like what we thought, don't view him as highly as fans. Fans are deluded.
Same thing with Timberwolves. They didn't want him either.
No, like the fans are like, no, Jaylen Brown's better than Tatum. Jaylen Brown is the guy. Jaylen Brown's almost an MVP. Jaylen Brown's a finals MVP. Jaylen Brown is him. What are the Celtics doing? Whereas most people around the league are saying, no, this dude's a clown. We know Jason Tatum is the glue. All right. We know Jason Tatum is that number one guy. This dude riding the coattails. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but we know exactly what he is. But fans want to dick ride Jaylen Brown. They want to hold him up as a bastion of basketball royalty. And you know why they do that, RJ? Because they hate Jason Tatum because they think he's corny. They think that bro, I've been hearing all types of shit from the fans. They were talking about like, oh, bro, the reason that the Celtics want to get rid of Jaylen Brown is because he's too black for them, right? He's too much of a black player for them. He's a loud black independent man or whatever the fuck, right? And they're colorists, so they want to trade Brown for Giannis because he's more whitewashed or something like that, right? And so these people are so idiots and so deluded that they literally think that Brad Stevens is sitting in a room talking about how let's trade for a player to see if we can get Brown's skin color 2 shades lighter, so we can get Brown's positions. We need a shooting guard or small forward that is 2 shades lighter. Like that is the dumbest thing of all time. No, they want to get rid of him because he's an egomaniac. He doesn't respect his teammates. He's a locker room disease at this point, and
he's just not on the court either.
And he doesn't like. And we know what he does. Like, okay, you did great in the regular season. Congratulations, you did good in the regular season. The first time you had an opportunity to shine in the playoffs, you choked. You lost in the first round. We're done. All right, we see
to Joel Embiid out of all players.
To Joel Embiid. So. My thing is, to the Najays, to the little niggas who dick ride Jaylen Brown all day. I told you niggas, the league does not view him highly. Only you fans perceive him to be this basketball Adonis or something. Like, no, he's not that. He's never been that. Do I think that we'll eventually trade him? Absolutely. I think that there are teams that still want him and think that they can do a lot of things with him, but we're never going to get a like people who think we're gonna get like a one-on-one trade, like, oh, we're gonna get Jokic for Jaylen Brown or something like that. They're delusional. Like, it's never gonna happen. And this is why, RJ, I have trades, acceptable trades. I try to make it as realistic as possible. All right. I got 11 trades. I got pictures of all of them. I'm gonna send you one by one on Discord so you can pop it up and show it. All right. And we're going to evaluate each one. And I know we got Celtics fans in the chat, so we'll see what people think about these trades. These are trades that I'd be okay with. I'm not saying they're great, but I'd be okay with. All right.
I just want to sit here and say this. Joker is holding out from a contract extension. If you guys traded for Joker, I think I'll be sick to my stomach.
I would love it. If we could get him, I'd do everything.
And I might fucking call out of the fucking pod. Then it can be you and Brandon to talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Discord right now.
All right, let me. Yeah, 'cause I'm gonna send it to your personal.
All right, but
Yeah,
I'll say what's up to that. What's good, little Nig? When is it our turn, Philly? RJ's out here crying tears of joy for the Knicks. Well, what about us, Philly? I'm furious. Well, hold on. Well, are you talking about Philly in general, or are you talking about the Sixers? Because if you're talking about Philly in general, then the Eagles just won a Super Bowl a couple years ago, CEO, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's good for the Sixers. I mean, bro. I mean, where you hiding? I mean, come on, bro. It's time to let go of Embiid. All right.
All right. We're gonna start off with Atlanta first. All right.
Bro, can we talk about what the fuck is the Hornets? Oh, we already talked about that, little Nick. The Hornets are fucking dumb. So is what it is.
All right. So I sent you the first one.
All right. Do you want me to read them?
Yeah, you can pull it up. Can you share the screen?
Yeah. Hold on. I just gotta send it to my email. Oh, just send me all of them so I can just pull them all up on my email.
All right. Yeah, I'll send you all of them.
I'm looking at this first. It's not bad per se. I will say that.
Yeah, because I want you to don't look at them all yet because I want you to get your first reaction when
I mean, do you want me just to read them so you can
you know yeah, we can just read them.
All right. So the first trade.
All right.
Boston will be trading Jaylen Brown to the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks, for Akua, Zachariah Razahir, and Nicholas Alexander Walker, and a first round pick in 2029, and a first round pick in 2031. All right, guys.
So the reason, so yeah, like you said, Atlanta trades their young center, one of their French players, and Nicholas Alexander Walker. We get the 2 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown. Now, the reason I say that this one, like, it's not the greatest, but I'd accept it. Why? We get a young center or power forward.
Actually good. Yeah.
We get Zachary, which is young player we could develop. Nicholas Alexander Walker is really decent, and we get 2 first-round picks for Brown. I think you address multiple positions. You get young players, and it's also feasible because what Atlanta wants to keep, they want to keep Jalen Johnson. They want to move off of that piece, obviously, and they probably want to keep Dyson Daniels. So now you compare Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson with Jaylen Brown. Now it's kind of like, oh, you kind of got a small big 3 situation, right? So this is a thing where there could be like, okay, yeah, we could definitely move off of these pieces and we can move off of these picks because now we can pair Jaylen Johnson with Jaylen Brown. So, and plus Jaylen Brown's an Atlanta guy. I think he was born there or grew up there or something. Yeah. So, this makes sense, and I think it's an acceptably fair trade.
That's a great trade. You get 2 first-round picks. Boston is good at drafting, unfortunately. And you get players who know Tatum's the guy. And I'm going to keep it real with you, see. I think Joe Mazzulla, people want to shit on Joe Mazzulla. I think Jaylen Brown's the problem. I think Joe Mazzulla deserves more credit with dealing with that fucking head case and fucking vice versa, to be honest with you.
So, yeah. So hopefully you guys know the players we're talking about because we're not showing up on the screen. But
yeah. So,
wait, can I share my screen? Is that possible?
Yeah. I just got to put it on there. So, yeah, it's valid.
Okay, let me see if I could.
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Yeah, let me see if I can share my screen.
I fuck with the Atlanta, the ATL hypothetical trade. We need a big and improve our bench. Yeah, that's a fact. So now they say he likes it.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, you know what? I'm assuming you guys know ball and no players, so we're just going to read it. Next time we'll figure out how to show it on the screen.
You should send me probably these
I'll send it ahead of time. I'll send you ahead of time
so I can download them and shit like that.
All right, next I'll send you the next one so you can read it so you know what I'm talking about. All right, so
this is in real time. I haven't seen these trades at all. This is in real time.
All right, so you think this one's an acceptable trade?
Absolutely, I like it.
All right, next up we're gonna be going to
but don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Just send it to me.
All right.
I'll read where it's going to.
All right.
So that's 1 down, 10 more to go, people. All right.
All right.
So Jaylen Brown has done.
The second one.
All right. the Jaylen Brown would be going to the Portland Trailblazers for Jeremy Grant, Damian Lillard, Donovan Clinkenell.
Clennigan, yeah.
How you pronounce it?
Donovan Clennigan.
A first rounder in 2028 and 2029. Wow. CEO will want Dame time on the Celtics.
All right. So this is my logic, right?
All right.
We give away Jaylen Brown.
Vita on here, bro.
Wait, what?
I don't see Denny on here.
No, fuck that. No, this is my logic. First of all, thank God that the Trailblazers think that the Dennis side is some kind of like glorious franchise piece.
Yeah.
So I was thinking we trade Jaylen Brown to the Portland Trailblazers. Jeremy Grant, he's decent. We need a small forward now that we're giving away a small forward. Also, Damian Lillard, we don't really have a point guard that's good, decent enough. I mean, we got Derek White, but he's, we could use some variety there. The piece that I'm excited for is Donovan Clinnigan. He's a 7'2", a big, scoring ready, defensive minded center, big guy that I think could develop into like a top 10 center in the league. And I think that with that piece alone, it justifies the trade. Of course, I had to get rid of Grant because of the contract and Dillard because of the contract. But, Dame on the Celtics, I think, would be decent. Not anything fantastic, but it'd be decent. And we get a big man, which what we want. We get 2 first-round picks. And, of course, the Trailblazers get to keep the Dennis side. They get to keep Scoot. They don't need Dame because they got Scoot Henderson. They got Shayon Sharp. They got the Dennis side, so now they can add Jaylen Brown to that and
resign Drew Hope. Well, see, how do you feel about fans saying traded MVP candidate for a washed Dame? How do you feel about those fans, CEO, like Little Nick?
See, because Little Nick, this is how I know he don't know ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because my perspective isn't Dame. Like Dame is a throw-in. Dame is a throw-in to make the contracts work. Dame is a guy that we can have on our team that's a veteran that can come off the bench and give us some decent minutes and give us some decent points. What we want are the 2 first-round picks and Donovan Clinnigan. Donovan Clinnigan is the guy that's only like 22 or something or 23 or something like that. He's 7'2". He's a center and can develop into a top 10 center in the league, and is a defensive force and can get points. So he can develop into one of these valuable, because centers are super valuable in the league. You can get a franchise cornerstone with Donovan Clinnigan, which is the main piece, and you get 2 extra picks, and you get the extras with Jeremy Grant and Donovan and Dame Lillard. And I think that's a respectable trade that Portland would do because they can pair him with the Dennis side and they can pair him with Scoot and Sharp.
Good trade. I can't complain.
Yeah, I think it's a decent. Like, if you know ball, like if you think we're okay, listen, I don't want the Dennis side, but if you think they're going to give us the Dennis side and like 4 first-round picks for him for Brown, then you don't know ball, because that's not how shit works. So these are trades that are realistic and I'd be okay with. So don't listen to the little nig. You don't know ball. All right, next one. Right, we got here we go.
We got to talk a little about Kawhi because some news just came out about Kawhi.
Oh, okay. All right, next up. This is gonna be interesting. All right, there, sent it.
All right, shoot, clicking on it right now. So, all right, the Boston Celtics would trade Jaylen Brown to the Toronto Raptors for Brandon Ingram, Colin Murray Bolus, Jacoby Walker, a 2027, 28, and 2032 first-round pick. Guys.
All right. So the reason, this is the logic, I'd be like, okay, first, I'm not high on Brandon Ingram, but we are going to be missing a small forward, so he kind of fits the profile. The piece I'm very interested in here is Colin Murray Bowles, and the reason is because I think he's going to be a legit power forward very bright upside, a guy you can kind of build around. That's the piece that I really want. Jacoby Walters also like 21, a very good shooting guard, very good developmental. I trust the Celtics to take Colin Murray and Jacoby Walters and turn them into functional starting quality pieces, not superstars, but starters. And not only that, we get 3 first-round picks. We're good at drafting. I think this is a fair trade because the Raptors aren't going to give us Scotty Barnes, obviously. The Raptors aren't going to give us what other piece did they have? I forgot. It was Scotty Barnes. Wait, who?
RJ Barrett.
Yeah, RJ Barrett. They might do RJ Barrett, but I don't really want him. But like, they can build around, because if they add Jaylen Brown with Scotty Barnes, with RJ Barrett, like now they're kind of cooking with something. Now they got something where they could be like, okay, we can, because Scotty Barnes is legit. Now you add Jaylen Brown. Okay, I like this. We get younger pieces that we can build around. We get draft picks. I think this is a solid trade.
What do you think? I'll say this, right? I do like the Jacoby and Colin trade. Obviously, the draft picks are always valuable.
Mm-hmm.
I might take RJ over Brandon Ingram because RJ's more, he's just less of a head case. I'll say this. BI is less of a head case than Jaylen Brown. He's a consistent 22 per points guy. He'll know that it's Tatum's team. Not a bad. It's all right. It's all right. I like the first 2 better than this.
But if we got this, I wouldn't be angry with it. Like, I'd be like, yeah, this. I'm not happy, but I'm not angry. Like, I see the vision.
I can see it. Yeah. You're giving Tatum a guy who knows he's a second fiddle, and he can get you 22 points. At least.
And he, funny enough, I didn't know that, but he's still younger than Jaylen Brown.
That's actually crazy. Wow.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we have. Here we go. Let's see. Who is this? Let me see. Hold up. All right. Let's see. No, let's not do that one. Oh, so far, the trades are at least making sense.
Yeah, they're making sense. Realistic trades. We'll see what happens. I mean, shit. I mean, shout out to Adam Silver. You know what I'm saying? He's going up against the World Cup to make the NBA still interesting. You know what I'm saying? All right, next one.
Next one, send it.
All right. All right, this one will get the chat. Excited. The Boston Celtics will be trading Jaylen Brown to the Memphis Grizzlies for Ja Morant, Jalen Wells, and G.G. Jackson, and they will also receive a 2030 first-round pick. They will receive a 2030, 31, 30, 28, and 30 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown. CEO, explain.
All right, so the reason I said I was thinking about this package was because Jaylen Brown. First of all, the Memphis Grizzlies want to give away Ja Morant. Mm-hmm. His value is so low. That was one of our topic discussions. Like, his value is so low. Yeah, his value is so low, RJ, because first of all, his contract is high, $42 million a year. A lot of teams are like, we do not want him on our team. The dude is injury prone. People thought LaMelo was injury prone, this guy's worse. Like, significantly worse in terms of injury prone department. The guy has multiple suspensions, violations. A lot of teams are thinking, like, bro, we'll give you like a second round pick for this dude, right? Maybe. Like, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. So we get Ja Morant. He'll be in a better organization. He'll be in a more structured place. He knows he's not the guy. He's kind of been humbled out of that shit because he knows he's not worth shit now, unfortunately for him. We get Jalen Wells, a young player. He's like 21, 22 player we can build around. G.G. Jackson's also a player you can build around. Very young, 20 years old. It fills the need. He's a big man. He's like 6'10". So makes sense. We get 4 first-round picks for kind of like absorbing the Ja Morant bullshit. And I think it's a decent trade because we get all those picks. You get Jalen Wells and you get G.G. Jackson, who I think you can make into great role players in the future. And, John Moran, I think under the right circumstances could be a positive contributor, nothing wild or crazy, but positive enough. And they get Jaylen Brown, which they can build around with their young core, which is Colin Coward. I think that's one of their, they just drafted him. They got Zach Edey. Colin Coward and Zach Edey are kind of like their foundational pieces, so they can add Jaylen Brown to help their foundational pieces. So I think that this is a good trade.
Face it, we're stuck with Jaylen Brown. Are you sure you want Ja?
All right, you see, because some of y'all just hear like the big names, right?
Yeah,
and then
that's gonna be leading ESPN CEO. You know that.
Yeah, it's like some of y'all, like Lil Nate, he heard Dame and was like, "Oh my God, you traded him straight up for Dame," and then you're not hearing it. Like 4 first-round draft picks is a big deal. Like 4 first-round draft picks is a whole new squad. Yeah. And then you add G.G. Jackson and Jalen Wells, and those are the pieces that we want. John Morant is there because we need the contract to make sense, and because they want to get rid of his ass.
I'm not going to keep it real with you. Let's look at it from this perspective. You put John Morant on the Celtics, maybe it fixes his attitude. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm saying like it's a better culture. You get him away from the fake thug bullshit in Memphis. You know how Memphis is, and you put him in a different city. You put him with a more
Tatum and Joe Mazzulla
and Joe Mazzulla. And by the way, I like the trade because it has G.G. Jackson, Jalen Wells, and 4 first-round picks, and I think that's enough to move the needle. So, what do you think about the trade overall?
Good trade. I like the trade. I can't complain about it. And maybe it gives. I do like Jalen Wells. That's a fucking steal right there.
Let me see.
I like that trade. I like it. I like it.
All right, so we're gonna have a controversial one here, a little bit of a controversial one here.
All
right, let's go. So send it your way.
All right. Jaylen Brown will be going to Detroit for Ausar Thompson, Ron Holland, a 2027 and 2029 first-round pick. CEO, explain.
All right, so I'm thinking because Detroit has their quote foundational pieces in terms of Cade is untouchable.
Cade
is untouchable, and Jalen Duren. I've been hearing rumblings on rumors that they could do a one-on-one with the sign and trade. But if you're Detroit, I think you probably value Jalen Duren more because he's a center. And if you compare Jaylen Brown with Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, I think that's your core. That's your core. You don't need Ausar Thompson. Ausar Thompson's he's a really good player. A young player that you can build around and develop, but I feel like they want to win now. I think they're like, we can win now, right? Yep. So we're going to take this young guy in Cade and young guy in Jalen Duren. We're going to put this veteran who already won Finals MVP, got this. He can take us over the hump. And in our perspective, we get Ausar Thompson, who the Thompson brothers are very good.
Yeah.
This guy can develop into a star quality player, especially under an organization like the Celtics. Ron Holland is like 20 years old, young player, very good guy you can make into a serviceable role player in the future. You get 2 first-round picks, and I think that's enough to move the needle.
I mean, not a bad trade. Not a bad trade. I mean, this is more of a developmental trade, but I mean, you're getting Ausar Thompson, so I mean, hey. You put him with the right coaching. I mean, shit, that might be good.
Right. So, all right. So now for a more interesting trade with the team that no one's talking about, but I thought would be funny given their track record. So I sent it to you.
So I didn't look at it yet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 trades with you. So that means we have 6 more to go because you said 11.
Yeah. We got like 6 more to go.
All right, let's go. The Boston Celtics will be trading Jaylen Brown and Sam Hauser for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Kalaman Melikut, whatever this guy is.
Yeah.
a 2027, 2029, 2032, 2027, 2029 first round pick, and a 2032 and a 2027 second round pick. So CEO is not just giving Jaylen Brown the boot, he's giving Sam Hauser the boot as well, too. CEO, explain.
All right. So the logic, this isn't my favorite trade, but I thought, okay, I could see them doing something like this. Why? Because the centerpiece of this trade is Common Mullock. All right. He's a 19-year-old center. He's like 7'2". The guy can develop into kind of like a similar, like a Donovan Clingan type. The Celtics are really good at developing those type of big men. I think that's kind of like the piece that is the most valuable. Now, Jalen Green's like 23. He's super young, right? You can play him. You can put him at the 2. I think that under the correct organization, you can probably make him into something better than he currently is. Dillon Brooks proved to be a more of like a win now kind of guy. He's going to fill in the role of Jaylen Brown now that he's left. Dillon Brooks has no ego. He plays hard as fuck. He's kind of like the enforcer, right? Kind of like a mean guy that you kind of want on your Boston Celtics. You kind of need that guy to give you that little bit of an edge. I think that, he can get you a buck. He can get you buckets. He plays defense hard. He's about 29 years old. He's not too old. We get 2 first-round picks out of it, 2 second-round picks out of it. And I think that, although not my favorite, it makes enough sense. Now, when it comes to Phoenix is one of those teams that will die on the hill with Booker, right? So we've seen it a million times. They'll throw whatever they can at the wall to make it work with Booker, because apparently Booker may have like Epstein secrets on the owner or something. So they get Jaylen Brown. They think, okay, now unlike KD, who never won shit on his own, we got Jaylen Brown. We can do something with this. This is the final try to get Booker to win with Jaylen Brown, who Brown is going to be their number 1. And Booker's going to be the sidekick. And we think this is enough to move the needle. And we want to give our sad fan base, shout out to TRL, something to be happy about. And I could see them doing this just to move some tickets. What do you think?
If this was any other team, I will be against Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks, but the Celtics do have a good control over their players, and if not, they're right up out of there, a la Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
The draft picks, obviously, that's always a plus.
Because with this trade, you kind of have a little bit like helping a little bit of win now with Brooks, and kind of like a future with Green and Mullock as developmental pieces in the future that you can build around with the additional draft picks. So that's kind of where I was coming with it.
I'm iffy on this one. I'm really iffy. I can see it. I can semi-understand it. I'd rather go with the other trades that I saw first. I'll say that. If this was like the last resort, okay, cool. We can work with it. But I like the other trades better, including the Raptors trade.
All right, so I kind of went with a third one, or I sent you the other one.
Yeah.
Now this one, because no one's talking about this team, but they have some interesting assets that could possibly work.
All right, looking for it right now. Boom. The Boston Celtics will be trading Jaylen Brown to the Utah Jazz for Kyle Flippowski, Jared Jackson Jr., Isaiah Collier, and a 2028, 2030, and 2032 first round picks. I like this trade a lot. I like it a lot.
And I thought this was a really good trade. And the reason I say that is because Kyle Flippowski is like 21, and the dude's a 7-foot guy that can play the 4 and the 5.
Yeah.
So that's really good. And he's only on a $3 million contract. That is crazy. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a very underrated player because he's a defensive menace and a rebound machine. You put him at the 4, and he's only 26 years old. That's a big plus. You could probably have him in his prime for an additional 4 to 5 years. Isaiah Collier's about like 20 years old. The guy is an exciting piece, can develop into a kind of like a similar, like a Pritchard type player. in the system whenever Pritchard gets older, and you got 3 first-round picks. So you got 3 young guys you can legitimately build into foundational role players for the team long term, and you get an additional 3 draft picks. And Jaylen Brown, if you're Utah with Jaylen Brown, you can pair him with Ace Bailey, who's their kind of foundational piece, and you can pair him with Keontae George, which is their kind of foundational point guard. So you kind of have a big 3 situation there going, and he'll definitely help the development of the others. So I thought it was a pretty good trade.
I like that trade. That's probably it's probably the best trade here. I really love that trade, especially for JJ. JJ, you can move Tatum to the 3, and that would be very good because Tatum can play the 3 or the 4, or even the 2, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like Jaren Jackson can play the 4 or 5. I like him at the 4, right?
Yeah.
But Tatum can play, like you say, he can play. The Tatum can realistically play all the way, like all the 1 through the 4. So you got some flexibility with that. Yeah, like, people that don't know ball, RJ would look at this trade and be like, "Oh my god,
little Nick's probably in the chat fucking pulling his hair out."
Oh my god, like, what the fuck is this trash, bro? Jaren Jackson for Jaylen Brown, like, without looking at the other pieces. But that's it's a given. So we only got a few more left. All right, This one we got like 3 more left. All right, here we go. Let me send you this one. This one's more in conference, so I don't really see it happening. But I just thought it was a fun little experiment.
Okay, all right. This might wake up the crowd. Jaylen Brown will be getting traded to the Philadelphia 76ers for Joel Embiid, Justin Edwards, and a 2027, 2028, 2029, 2031 first round pick, and a 2027 and 2028 second round pick. CEO,
yes.
You have to explain Embiid on the Celtics with Justin Edwards. All right, go ahead, CEO.
So now the reason I explain this is because similar to John Morant with the Memphis, is like the Sixers want to kind of move. They want to move on from Joel Embiid, but no one wants to take that contract. Mm-hmm. He's owed almost $60 million a year. He's always injured. Even though when he plays, I think we all agree he's one of the better centers in the league when he plays. And he that contract, they kind of want to move on from him. The team doesn't like Max. Didn't Maxey like cuss him out or something because he wasn't showing up to the meetings on time or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So like the organization is sick of this guy. They want to move on from him, but no one out there wants to absorb that contract. And here's the thing. Joel Embiid's one of those big men. If healthy, he's one of the better big men in the league. And he could pair if Joel Embiid stays healthy or occasionally is healthy, paired with Jason Tatum, that's actually a very good duo. Like, a lot of people don't think about that, but that's a very decent duo. You could do a lot of it. That would kind of solve your big men at least need for now. If our organization can maybe try to get him right, because we're a better organization than the Sixers, obviously. Top down, we got a better staff. But this isn't really to like the deal here isn't to get Joel Embiid. Like, Joel Embiid, somebody we have to get because they want to move off of him and the contracts match. Yeah. So we get Embiid, pair him with Tatum. That's an interesting little duo right there. Justin Edwards is like 21, 22. Dude's young. He's a good small forward. He's lengthy. He's 6'7", 6'8", a guy you can really develop into the next small forward for the Celtics. And you get 4 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. That's a shit ton of draft picks. That's exactly what you need to kind of rebuild after Brown. Now, the Sixers get benefit out of this because they move on from an injury-prone player with a big contract that they can't move off of, and in turn, they get a player that's almost always available to play. Right? Yeah. You get Jaylen Brown at you got Tyrese Maxey at the 1, VJ Edgecombe at the 2, and you could put Jaylen Brown at the 3, and then of course Paul George at the 4. Like, that's a good squad. Like, you can compete with that squad, because I think that VJ Edgecombe is going to turn into a really good player. Like, I think for the Sixers are like, listen, we upset the Celtics last year, even though we got swept up by the Knicks. Yeah. I think that if we got Brown and we paired him with Maxey after another year of development, we paired him with VJ Edgecombe, we got Paul George who can occasionally give us some points. I think we can get maybe to another conference championship. I think that's their mindset about this. What do you think?
I like the picks. And beat on the Celtics. I mean, I guess you gotta take that. I like the picks. I think for the picks, that's the win here because you guys are good at drafting, unfortunately. And you could probably maybe. I mean, you do need a big man, so I mean, fuck.
Like, I think that if getting Embiid out the Sixers is kind of like a little wake up call. Get a new fresh start in a new city. Understand that you're not what you used to be, right? He will clearly be the number 2. Yeah, of course, he won't be playing all the games, but I think that if Tatum can stay healthy, I think Tatum can do exactly what Brown did, if not better, and keep the team afloat until Embiid is able to play whatever games he plays. So, what I really like about this trade is not Embiid. Embiid's just we need him because of the contract.
You have to.
What I want is Justin Edwards. I think he's a good role player. We can develop him, but mostly we're gonna get 6 picks from this.
Yeah. So I mean, you know what? Not bad per se. Not bad.
Like, there's no way we're gonna get Edgecombe or Maxey.
Yeah, facts.
Those are foundational pieces. See, I love like guys was like, oh man, I don't want that giant baby. Nah, keep him. Like you niggas only focus on the big names. Like, goddamn. Like,
I mean, you can't blame them, CEO. That's what drives. They're ESPN driven. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so we got 2 more. All right.
I'm gonna send these to Brandon. I'm gonna have him react to it too. I'm gonna have him react to me and then have him give his opinions in the Discord.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. He's probably like, oh yeah, I can't wait. You do these trades or whatever. All right, here we go.
I'm telling you,
I got 2. The last 2 are very interesting. So,
all right, second to last, we have. All right. I see the name. Oh shit. Jaylen Brown will be going to the runner-ups in the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs, for De'Aaron Fox, Carter Bryant, Julian Champagnie, and also a 2027, 2029, 2031, and 2033 first-round pick. This is the best trade out of all of them, CEO. I think so. I think this is the best trade out of all of them. I love this trade.
Do you want to explain logic?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I was thinking, because I was like, listen, San Antonio has every player that they can want. They drafted excellent. They got Wemby. They got Dylan Harper. They got Stephon Castle. If they can add Jaylen Brown to that mix, right? Because you got Wemby, and you can move Keldon to the 4. They have players that can play the 4. So they don't need that. But you got Stephon Castle, who could play defense, who can get you buckets. You got Dylan Harper, who can play some defense, get you buckets, and you got Jaylen Brown, who can do the same, play defense and get you buckets. And you got Victor Wembanyama. Getting Jaylen Brown is a statement. The San Antonio Spurs are serious about making it back to the finals next year. This guy is the veteran piece, kind of like the piece they need, because the team is very young. It looks, if they can't get like a Kawhi figure or whatever, this is definitely someone that they could plug at the 3, at the small forward position, because Stephon Castle will probably play the 2 and Dylan Harper will play the 1. And on our end, we get Fox. I'm not high on Fox, but the contract is what makes it work. But, De'Aaron Fox right now, and listen, walking away from what happened in the finals, the guy was injured, right? Yes. He was playing very good for them all season long. When he played key pivotal role in beating OKC. So De'Aaron Fox is a young guy that I think would pair perfectly with Tatum, because Fox knows Tatum's that number 1. I'm just there to be a helpful number two. He can facilitate. He can play some offense. I think his personality fits the Boston Celtics really well. You get Carter Bryant, who's a very you can make into a very serviceable role player, and Julian Champagnie, who can play right away, get you buckets. He can play the two. He can play the three, play the four, and get you buckets. Very solid role player. That would fit well with Tatum and Fox, of course, and you get four first round picks.
I already said I love this. I feel like De'Aaron Fox does need to leave. He does need to leave San Antonio. He'll know Tatum's the guy, and maybe with the right development, he could do something. You know what I'm saying? So,
so what do you think about the trade for San Antonio?
I think it's bad. I think Jaylen Brown fucks up that whole chemistry for San Antonio. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're talking from a Celtics perspective, but yeah, that would be dumb for San Antonio to do that.
Yeah, but you could see where San Antonio's like, yeah, let's just go all in.
Yeah, that would be the death of them. Now, I do think they need to trade Fox, and I think this is probably the most realistic because they need to trade Fox, and you guys need to trade Brown. So
because I know a lot of Celtics fans like, oh, we can get like Stephon Castle, or we can get Dylan Harper. I'm like, you're not going to get those players. Like, you're going to get
Fox. Get Jim Vessel.
Yeah, you're going to get Fox. You can, like, Fox is not horrible, and you're going to get a good amount of picks because from the perspective of San Antonio, they could be like, listen, bro, we got all the young talent we need. We can give away these picks because we're going to be winning championships right fucking now, right? So, it's not bad. I like the trade. I'll take it,
Also, I just want to address something in the comments because Najee wanting us to talk about the MLB. Najee, because currently right now the Red Sox are beating the Yankees. Yeah, Najee, this is your World Series right here, bro. You're last in the fucking conference. Shut the fuck up, bro. You are a flat out loser, Najee. Please shut up, bro.
Thanks.
Like, miss me with fuck the Red Sox. Y'all are last in the conference, but. CEO, send the final one.
All right.
CEO.
Here's the final one. This will be interesting.
All right. The Boston Celtics will be trading Jaylen Brown. I hope a certain somebody's in the fucking chat. I really hope. They will be trading Jaylen Brown to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Jalen Williams, another Jalen Williams, Carson Wallace in a 2027, 2029, and 2033 first round pick. This is probably the best trade now. I like this trade. CEO, explain.
All right. So from the Boston Celtics perspective, first of all, the only issue with Jalen Williams is the injury. But if you took that away, he's kind of a similar player to Jaylen Brown. Like He's a defensive menace, but he can get you buckets as well. And the thing I like about Jalen Williams is he can actually dribble with both hands. Now,
and not a headache.
And he knows he's number two. He fits Boston very well. He's a younger player than Jaylen Brown, and the second Jalen Williams is the center. He's like 23 years old. He could play this. He could play the four. He could play the five. He can develop into a very good role player. We've seen what he done in the playoffs, and he's been playing really good. Cason Wallace, I think, on a lot of teams is starting shooting guard. He's a very good because OKC is so filled to the brim. Listen, OKC has SGA. They have Jared McCain, and they have AJ Mitchell, right? Cason Wallace, they need to pay him. They probably don't want to pay him because they already got enough point guards and shooting guards. And Cason Wallace is really good. He can start right away, plug and play, and we get 3 first-round picks. I think that this is a very solid move for the Boston. It fills many positions of need, and we get the picks. It helps OKC. I was thinking about doing like a Chet Holmgren, but I don't think they're going to move off of Chet Holmgren. I see them moving on from Jalen Williams first because of the injury issue, and I think that
Lil Nick's not against it. Well, it's solid, so I guess he's not against it.
No, I mean, because here, think about it from this. Oklahoma City fans are okay getting rid of Jalen Williams because he's kind of a little bit injury prone, you know that. And Jalen Williams, they don't need him. They don't need Case and Wallace. They have way too many point guards and shooting guards, and they can give away 3 first-round picks. They can do that. They have a ton of picks. And if they acquire Jaylen Brown, they got SGA, they got Jared McCain and AJ Mitchell. You got Jaylen Brown. You can put him where Jalen Williams was at the 3, and then you got Chet Holmgren at the 4, and then you got Isaiah Hartenstein if they re-sign him at the 5. That's an upgrade to what they kind of had. That is an upgrade. It gives them a new dimension. I think it would make Oklahoma City fans happy. It'd make me happy because we get an equivalent player with less drama, and we get picks, and we get 2 young guys that we can develop. So
that's probably the best trade right there. Lil Nick, you should be mad about it because, bro, Jaylen Brown's going to ruin that whole chemistry. Him and SGA on the same fucking team. Like, I hope you know SGA was like 1 in free throws and Jaylen Brown was like 5 or 6. But for the Celtics, I would unfortunately be upset about that because I do think Jalen Williams is pretty good. And you get a good center, and you get draft picks. So, hey, man, those are good trades right there, CEO.
Yeah, none of them were like stupid. Like they all made sense.
They all made sense. Even like the Embiid one, I'm not high on that one, but I understand why you have to get it because the contracts, whatever, it is what it is. But it is the Celtics, and once again, I hate to say it, but you guys are a well-run organization. So maybe if you do get an Embiid, maybe if you do get a BI, maybe if you do get – Porzingis was a fucking cancer. He goes to the Celtics, wins a fucking ring.
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is there. Good trades, CEO. Good trades. We'll see what happens. And these are just real. I mean, we never know what Brad Stevens has up his fucking sleeve.
Right. And I feel like these are real. Like these are the kind of trades that are realistic, are fair. And if you know basketball, you know this is how front offices work. Like if you think, because I know a lot of Celtic fans are delusional, RJ. They think they can get Jokic. They think they can get like a Stephon Castle. They think they can get a fucking a VJ Edgecombe, or they can get, they think they can get this shit. I'm like, no, you can't. Like, you can't do that. Like, a lot of teams are not going to move off of foundational young pieces. No, they're going to move off of like players that you can develop and a ton of picks and maybe like a right now starter. Like that's probably more in line with what you're going to get.
I agree 100%. Good trade, CEO, and the trade talk is still not over, not just from the Celtics standpoint, but also CEO. A lot of rumors, CEO.
All right.
And I'm going to read this one to you right now. Just give me 1 minute to pull it up on my phone. All right, boom. The Clippers and the Raptors have a discussion of a Kawhi Leonard trade, CEO.
Okay.
And the San Antonio Spurs have confirmed that they have called the Clippers about Kawhi Leonard and his contracts. Now, CEO, do you think Kawhi will be traded? And which team do you think is best, the San Antonio Spurs or the Toronto Raptors?
I think that the Spurs are better, right? Because you have, first of all, he knows Pop, he knows the organization. They didn't leave him on best terms, but at the same time, it's a new era. You're not the number one guy anymore. You got Wemby, right?
Yeah.
You have Stephon Castle. Like, you don't need to be like, all they need you to do is shut down whoever you're like playing against, and if you can get them a bucket or two, that'd be great. But like, Kawhi doesn't need to be like that guy. Oh, in San Antonio, he could be like, I'm along for the ride. I am a veteran. I know how to win. These guys haven't won yet. I can help them win. That would help his legacy in San Antonio, because I think he won a ring in San Antonio.
Yes.
And he'll win if he can win another one with the new squad. A lot of people will be like, it was Kawhi helped this young team get over the hump. It's a good story. I think that he makes a great fit for them, because they need a veteran. They need a guy that's been there, done that, a guy that's been around, and a guy who could still play when healthy. And by the way, the good thing about him is that although he is injury prone, because they have a Stephon Castle, a Dylan Harper, a Champagnie, or whatever the fuck, they don't need him to play every game. He can load manage without the bitching. Like, he can only play the games that matter because people won't be bitching because you don't need Kawhi Leonard to win those regular season games. You don't. You can just throw out the young guys, get them more reps, get them more experience, and they'll handle it and win a shit ton of games without him. And in the playoffs, he can come in, do his thing, and help give them the boost to run through a lot of these teams. San Antonio is what makes the most sense. If he goes to Toronto, he's going to be 1A, 1B with Scotty Barnes.
Yep.
And a lot of people might put Kawhi over Scotty because Scotty, although very good, he's not in elite category yet. We both know that, not yet. But he's gonna have to defer a lot to Kawhi, whereas in San Antonio, everyone knows that Wemby's the number one guy. Kawhi would know that. He'll take more of a mentorship role where he'll try to help out the team. Over there in Toronto, there's more pressure. Like, you are part of the piece that you need to win now with, because that package that I showed you, right, to get Jaylen Brown, they're probably going to do a similar package. They're going to give away a Bowles. They're going to give away an Ingram or something like along those lines, or a Barrett, and they're going to give away a shit ton of draft picks because that's what you're going to have to do to get Kawhi over there. And by the way, they'd probably be better suited trading for Jaylen Brown than Kawhi, only because the age they're like 7 years apart. So if you're Toronto, you probably would like more with Jaylen Brown right now than with Kawhi. Because let's be honest, RJ, Toronto has the good young players, but they're not really a win now team given how much competition is out there. But if Kawhi goes to San Antonio, that'll be enough, in my opinion, to take him over the hump. So he got to go to San Antonio.
If they do the package that you want for Jaylen Brown, I agree, because if they have to give up a Vessel or a Castle, it's a loss. But if you can, I mean, I do like Champagnie. Champagnie's a good 3-point shooter, but I mean, I guess Kawhi could take over for that. You give him Fox, you give him some first-round picks, which the Clippers do need first-round picks because they traded all their picks to San Antonio. Yeah. I agree with that. And the Raptors one, I'm not too – if he goes to the Raptors with Barnes and RJ and Quickly and them, goes to the East, not a bad look. Not a bad look. Now, here's the last question I'll ask you. Yeah. Do you feel like Kawhi will do that? Do you feel like he'll leave his hometown, leave his family to go to San Antonio or the Raptors?
Yeah, I think he would. One, because I think the Clippers are done with him. I think the Clippers are like, yeah, we tried this experiment. It failed.
So you can pull Andrew Luck and retire.
Yeah, or he can do that. But it's like, let's be honest, RJ, like the Clippers they're like, bro, we're the laughing stock. We gave up SGA. They won a championship with him. We gave up all our draft capital for Paul George, out of all people. Kawhi has been nothing but Kawhi basically went to LA to be on vacation to get paid extra. Like, they're like, bro, let's blow it up. Let's move on. Like, Kawhi has two options. You either retire, like you said, or you go to Kawhi's very picky. That's why I said I don't see him going to Boston because he doesn't like Boston. I don't see him going to like Atlantic. Like, he wants to go where he wants to go. And I think the only two places he wants to go are like San Antonio and Toronto, right? So because he likes the heat, I can see him going down to stay in the US. Plus the taxes are better in Texas than they would be in Canada. And just the thing, RJ, it's just like, yeah, it would be a good look if he joined Toronto. I think that'd be a good look. But me and you both know they're not going to do shit. You feel me?
I agree 100%. Well, Brandon, I'm going to read you. Brandon, he reacted. So he said OKC trade. He put the skull emoji. For the Spurs trade, he put the laughing emoji. The Sixer trade, he put double emojis. The Suns trade, that's definitely possible. The Detroit probably not happening, but nothing's impossible. The Memphis trade, he put two of the skull emojis. The Atlanta one said this is a good one. The Raptors said not bad. He said Portland, bro, smoking penis. And he said, by the way, he's talking about Jaylen Brown. That's an MVP caliber trade package, by the way, or a top player of the decade package. So clearly CEO agrees with my take that Jaylen Brown's a top 10 player of the decade.
Like, First of all, all the trades that I showed you, were any of them like super ridiculous or like what the fuck? Like, let's be honest, no, they're not. Like, in every single trade package, right? I didn't like if I kept every single team's foundational players intact.
Yeah,
we got a bunch of role players and the players that can do a little bit here and there, and a bunch of picks. And I think that's what's gonna. When we trade Jaylen Brown, you're probably gonna see 3 to 4 first-round picks and a bunch of role players and developmental players. That's what you're gonna see, and that's exactly what I put in the majority of them. So I don't know what he's talking about like, oh, like what does he think we're gonna get? Like a pack of chips?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, hey, it's gonna be fun to see. Now, I know I keep saying last question. When do you think the Jaylen Brown conversation? When do you think he gets traded? Next week? The week after? Well, give us a time period.
I think within 2 weeks he'll get traded. And so. I heard rumors, RJ. I heard rumors. They said that Portland's the front runner. They said I just heard in our podcast, right? They said Portland's the front runner, and Brad Stevens is looking for 4 first-round picks. So, wow. And they said they're the front runner. So if we trade with Portland, we're gonna compare what they got to what my trade was. We're gonna compare those.
All right, we'll come back and see. But all the peasants in here, you know what I'm saying? Get used to the World Cup talk. Start watching some World Cup. NBA action will still be here because, I mean, like I said, Jaylen Brown's gonna get traded. John Morant's still out there. Kawhi's in trade talks. LeBron needs to resign, still CEO. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that are going to be happening in the NBA world as well, too. You know what I'm saying? But is there any last things you want to say to the peasants before we log off?
Yeah, I feel like once we start getting into August, I feel like RJ is going to start becoming more sick, more nauseous. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? We have a ring. You know what I'm saying? You guys are going to lose to San Antonio. Well, what was your question, Kaiju? What was Kaiju's question?
No, I meant the closer we get to like NFL season.
Absolutely, 100%.
And by the way, and during that time period, we can do like cut 3, keep 4 like players, and we can do a lot of games. Just to let you know. So
we might have to shut down the pod until after NFL season. Yeah. I'm not going to talk about NFL season unless I have an idea. But if we can't do that, then we might take a long extended break. Oh, what's your beef with Japan? Fuck, I did answer that. Japan's gay. Asian countries are gay. So that's what it is.
Well, we love Japan. RJ just got his heart broken by Japanese women.
I would never date an Asian woman. Asian women are all ugly. Miss me with that one. So speaking of that, but anything else you want to say to the peasant CEO?
Nah, fuck him.
You know what I'm saying? But until next Sunday, peace.